Hello and welcome to Overdrive. We're at the end of December and this is the first of two special year-end episodes where we're going to look back at the year that was in 2011. Sirish is joining me, and since it's just the two of us, obviously we're going to be talking about motorsports, and where better to start than with India's first F1 race. Sirish, overwhelmingly positive reviews, and when we spoke to Bernie Eccleston and Jean Todt at the awards, they agreed again, saying that it was one of the best events of the year.
Yeah, and JPSI got the Promoters Award from the FIA. Okay, Abu Dhabi, Korea, they also got it. But our race was organized extremely well. The track is brilliant. All the drivers had only positive things to say. And that's because the track is special. You know, it challenges them. It's technical. It is fast. It aids overtaking. It's one of the first tracks to be built to FIA's new overtaking standards. So the facilities, the infrastructure, the way the whole show was put together, first class.
And of course, Formula One itself had a good year. Even though Sebastian Vettel dominated like only probably Schumacher and Senna before him in the past.
I didn't fall asleep at in front of the television, for instance. It was a good year. There was good action. DRS, okay, it's not pure overtaking. You know, so the purists have a problem with it. But at least it aided overtaking. No, there was a lot of action. You were enthralled throughout the race. You were in the action. So I think, on the whole, the season was very good. Next year will be even more interesting. I think everybody is going to take a big leap up in terms of technical progress.
Yeah, they need to, right? Both Ferrari, McLaren, and especially Mercedes. They need to do something for Schumacher.
So I think all of them are going to be close. There's going to be lots of action. I'm looking forward to the season.
And Sirish, sticking with Force India, Paul Di Resta and Nico Hulkenberg, you're happy with that lineup?
I think Nico is an extremely good driver. Don't forget, he dominated GP2 in Williams, even though he was in an uncompetitive car. He did very well in that last race 2 years ago. He's a good driver. I think VGM knows what he's doing. Adrian Sutil is also a good driver. But Paul Di Resta, rookie season, and he's match Sutil. I think for Sahara Force India now, if they can make the technical jump, they might move up a notch.
And Sirish, what that's done, all these experienced drivers, some of them with money, Petrov, Senna, all on the market, made it even more difficult for our Indian guys to try and find a drive, Naren and Karun.
Sandeep, see, it's all about the money, right? All these guys, they have phenomenal talent. Okay, if you have godlike talent like Vettel, you'll definitely find a seat. But no, really good talent, you need the money. And if our boys can raise the money, there are seats available still. But it all depends on money. And I think right now, especially for Karun, it looks like a testing gig and lots of commentary.
And lots of commentary. He's very good at that.
He's very good at that.
Moving to MotoGP and a new start for MotoGP, 1000cc bikes.
I think that's going to be really good. This season, I was very disappointed with what happened with Rossi. Okay, his bike wasn't competitive. But for me, not seeing Rossi on the podium is just kind of awkward.
But what I liked was Stoner. It is good to see him dominating on a bike that was not a Ducati.
Phenomenal.
Proved a lot of points to a lot of people.
He proved a lot of points, especially when Rossi, when he was going to Ducati, he said that, okay, Stoner can do it, I can do even better. And only when he finally rode the Ducati did he realize what Stoner was dealing with.
But a word for Jorge Lorenzo, world champions rides. Tough Yamaha,
he pushed it
all the way.
But also you got to remember, when Rossi was with Yamaha, he developed the bike. Jorge Lorenzo, I don't think has got the same technical abilities as Rossi. In terms of riding abilities, gosh, he's phenomenal. And he rode his heart out. If you see the two Yamahas, Lorenzo was always way ahead of the other Yamahas.
And staying with bikes for just a little bit longer, the MotoGP, the fringes of MotoGP, Moto2 and the new Moto3 class. Mahindra Racing, great debut and
very exciting.
Big plans.
Very exciting because those bikes are very close to production bikes, single-cylinder 250cc engines. This is what the CBR 250 has. And Honda has started an Asian talent finding championship where they'll be using race prep versions of the Honda CBR 250R to find talent in India, to move them on to Moto3 and then to MotoGP. Mahindra Racing, now they've shown real commitment. Okay, they had the 125cc last year. Now the Moto3, they've taken Sarath Kumar, they're putting him in the Italian championship. They're developing Indian talent. They are serious. Now it's not like a flash in the pan. And MotoGP, okay, we are not on the calendar next year.
I know, that was a big
2012 calendar.
For 2013.
That's disappointing. But Carmelo Espelazanta was there at the track during our awards jury round. He saw the track. He was very impressed with the facilities. They'll definitely be in India in 2013. So at least now Formula One and MotoGP in India, it'll give a very good boost to bike racing in the country and motorcycles in general.
We can't talk about open wheel racing and motorcycles without talking about Marco Simoncelli and Dan Whedon. Horrible couple of weeks for the world of motorsport, but that is motorsport, right?
It's crushing. All our lanyards, all our tags, they all say motorsport is dangerous, but you don't expect this to happen, and when it happens, when something, people in the fraternity, when it happens to them, it's just devastating. It's been extremely tough. especially like for the people on the MotoGP grid in IndyCars, for them to lose popular people at the top of their game, world championship potential. Oh, it's terrible.
Moving to WRC for a quick wrap up. Sebastian Loeb, 7-time world champion, superb.
But the other Sebastian,
That's an
Ogier,
interesting one, isn't
he
it?
pushed him hard. The fight in the Citroen camp. Now Ogier is left. He's gone to Volkswagen. His very first event in Volkswagen overalls, he won the Race of Champions. No, at his very first outing in the Race of Champions. He is a solid talent. Next year will still be a learning curve for VW. They'll still be rallying the Fabias, the team, the driver. They'll all be learning the WRC. But I think when the Polos finally come in 2013, they'll start off on the right foot. They'll be up on pace. Next year we also have Mini. So there's another manufacturer.
Nico Hirvonen moving to support Loeb and Peter Solberg moving to support Latvala at Ford
exactly.
as well.
Solberg in the Ford, I think is very interesting. So you have like good manufacturers now. You have Citroen obviously, you have Ford, you have Mini, you have VW. Okay, I don't think they'll be gunning for wins, but they will be close. The Fabia is not completely uncompetitive.
And of course, Monte Carlo back on the WRC calendar, the first rally of the new year.
Yeah, I know. I want to go and
watch that. I'm sure you want to go.
Last year I did the Dakar. Actually this year, 2011, I did the Dakar. Now Monte Carlo is next on my agenda.
All right, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to look closer at Indian motorsport.